With all the projects we have going on, I needed to get my sanity back by organizing and decluttering this garage. In my brain, I know I bought it. I know I have it. Where is it? I have invited Dawn out here to see if she can help.
Are you sure you want my help?
I'm not sure. Don't try this at home. This is going on Rusty Judgment.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to Rusty Judgment. This is my garage. This is my Bronco and my dad's Camaro. What we're gonna do today is we are going to declutter and clean up all the junk in here. First thing we gotta do is we gotta take all of this stuff from where it is, move it all onto my dad's car or under his car. Sorry, Dad. Then we're gonna pull the Bronco. Right now it's pushed up against the wall. We're gonna pull the Bronco away from the wall, put some shelving and some racking up on the wall. We can just have a home base set up here so that all of my stuff has a home. It goes back. Because right now, like, I had nowhere to put things, so I just set it all on the floor. So let's just get started here, huh? So first thing, what I'm doing here that I did not explain is that I decided to use Dawn's method, and I am pairing like things with like things. So I'm going through all the tools and the parts and materials here, and I am putting like landscaping stuff with landscaping stuff. There's like some tree stuff and fertilizer in there. That's all getting separated. There's lots of car parts for specific projects, some which I don't even own anymore. So I'm putting all that together, and then I'm going through all the tools, and I'm categorizing each little division of tools or materials to the similar things like it, and making piles right now is basically what I'm doing. And I'm also making a junk pile because, as you can tell, there's a lot of junk that is collected amongst all of the stuff. And so I'm working on separating all that out. Okay, now we've got this area mostly clean. So now pretty much everything between me and the service door there is garbage. Some of it needs to get relocated to another building, like that's toys for the kids. That's a couple of Dawn's baskets. But most everything in this area is junk. And then now I gotta move an engine block, welder, some more parts back there for the Bronco. I'm gonna slide the Bronco up into that corner now, and then we'll get around it and show you what we're gonna plan on doing here. We have very minimal areas to work because it's a small garage, like I said. So this will all be shelves to the ceiling, and then we are going to put everything back in an organized fashion so that we can get around everywhere. Here's the motor for the Bronco, in case anyone's wondering. It's still gonna go back together at some point in life. Not today, and not anytime soon, but it will. All right, now we are on this back wall behind the Bronco. We're gonna clean the floor, get the last bit of stuff out of here, and then the boys and I are going to put the shelves up. We'll start bringing stuff over here. All right? All right. Did you want to do that to that one? Yeah. Here, we don't put it right in the corner because we're gonna build up. Oh. So let's go. Here, Gage, why don't you hop on that side? Here we go, like over here with it.
Oh yeah, because if it were up against the corner, it would hit the shovel and the breaker.
And I think they go this way here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's scary.
So here's two for you, one for you. Okay, so I'm having some feelings of like this isn't gonna go well. So we only have 2 of these shelves here. I'm feeling like I'm gonna fill these shelves up without even trying, and that maybe I need a 3rd or maybe even a 4th shelf. So the idea behind what we're doing is clean out the garage and then also make it so that I have a straight shot from the service door straight across here to grab all my tools, because what we want to do, I want to have all, like right now my tools are either on the floor or they're in trucks or in buildings, and I just always have troubles trying to keep track and keep inventory of where all of my tools are at. And product, like we've actually been kind of accumulating like hardware and stuff like that for projects that we use a lot of. And so like I know I like in my brain I know I bought it, I know I have it, where is it? And so the concern I have is that this isn't going to be enough space, and then also is it going to just turn into shoving of garbage, and then is this nice clean aisle we're going to create going to turn into piles of things because I'm in a rush a lot, and now I'll run in and drop it on the ground and not put it away. So I have invited Dawn out here to see if she can help.
Are you sure you want my help?
I'm not sure. I'm
well,
really not.
I'll just give you my 2 cents and you can take it or leave it. How about that?
Okay.
All right. So it always comes, whenever I have you like open shelves like this, it comes down to 2 pieces of the puzzle.
Okay.
Inventory and maintenance.
Okay.
So it usually helps to reduce the inventory so you're not trying to put too much stuff on.
Okay.
And then from there, just understanding that it's always going to take maintenance. But if we have less inventory, it's easier to maintain. Now, because you're not sure if everything's going to fit on here, I would say put the stuff that you want to be able to easy access, like when you're beelining it in the door, start here putting the stuff you use all the time. So that takes priority. And then see where you're at on shelf space, because maybe some of the other stuff that's left it'll start to prioritize itself then of maybe it doesn't need to be in here, or if you get another shelf.
It needs to be in here, Dawn.
If
This
you
is
get
our only
another
shop
shelf-
storage space.
Or if you get another shelf, that stuff can be further in, because maybe that's more like truck parts and
yeah,
that kind of
stuff that I don't use every day.
as frequently.
Okay.
That's probably
All
what
right.
you were thinking anyways, right?
No.
Do you have a game plan
I'm
now?
tall. I was thinking the stuff I want to use all the time, keep in visible reaching range.
Yeah.
Stuff on the floor, don't put that as my everyday stuff, because
Yeah.
I'm getting old. I don't want to bend
I
down there
know.
all the time. That's far down there.
I asked Tom if he needed some bins, and he laughed at me, so
I
I'll
said
keep my bins.
absolutely not. All right, thank you. Well, I hate to say it, but I think Dawn's right. All right, so I started going through all this. Hi, helpers, you came back. Thank you. These are the things I use almost every day, along with most of my Milwaukee stuff and my like construction things, stuff over by their feet over there. That gets used every day. And then that pile is mostly like hardware, like screws and bolts. And I was actually thinking when I was going through, because these would be the most used, but this stuff being all like the random hardware won't go really well on shelves. And so I'm thinking that maybe I do need to take Dawn's advice and put all that in the bins and maybe label a bin hardware, screws, and maybe I do need to make some more bins, because I mean these are these are essentially bins right here. This is PEX fittings and tools and all that stuff for all water lines. This is plumbing for like doing all plumbing and drain and stuff. And then I have another one that's all electrical. And then these are divided out into other ones. So maybe, and I actually don't have them labeled either. I should write on them what they are. I always have to look at them every time. So maybe I do need to get some bins and kind of categorize some of that other stuff into there. So I think we're going to invite Dawn back out and see if she can lend me some bins. So we can put these ones down low because I know what they are. And they're easy to grab. So that. Oh, we can put a third one on there. Perfect.
Okay, nice.
And then these will go here. We are back for another day of straightening out the garage. I stopped yesterday because I realized I needed more shelving, and then we were going to get some bins that are heavier duty than what Dawn has, because I don't want to break hers. We got dedicated bins for here now, and I slid this all down a little bit so that I could fit the pressure washer next to the welder. I think this will all work out well because we'll add a third one right here next to the other two. And then we'll bring in the bins that I have and we'll start allocating things into bins. I would like to, like I have all this storage up here and then all that storage up there. I would like to go through all of those things too, because they've kind of turned into just me tossing stuff. I'm going to start pulling everything down from here and then start categorizing it and putting it in bins, and then see how far I get before she gets out here and have her help me. All right, I think that's all we're gonna pull out of here for now. There's some more stuff up there, but I actually have nowhere to put it. So we're gonna deal with what we have on the ground until we have it nice and safely clean. Here's kind of what it looks like from a bird's eye view. So it should be good once we're done, once we just, everything needs a home. And then this is what the floor looks like. And I'm standing on that. And there's my toolbox. So it's still a wild disaster, but I'm gonna hop down from here, not fall, and I'll be back. And just like that, it's like time travel. It has been 4 months, you guys. I started this garage declutter 4 months ago, and I am finally ready to show it to you. It's been a work in progress. I've been changing things. I've been using it for 4 months. It is fantastic. You notice there's no vehicle right here. I took the Bronco out. I did not sell it. I actually, side note, I sold 5 trucks this year. I am thinning down the herd and I love it. But anyway, so I took the Bronco out of here and then I pushed it over and I put it in our shed for storage for the winter, because I decided that my mental sanity is much more valuable than a Bronco in here not getting work done. Let's be honest, it's not getting work done. And with all the projects we have going on, I needed to get my sanity back by organizing and decluttering this garage, getting all my tools to have a home. And that's what we've accomplished. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Is it minimalistic? Probably not. So what I did was this whole level is like hardware, nuts and bolts, clips and fittings, and then like hammers. This end over here is full of tape measures. This is like pencils, chalk lines, bits, and this is all just like hand tools, like not screwdrivers, but like pliers and vice grips and knives and squares. And then over here, this is more like the automotive bin. And then down here, this level is tools. So I gotta be honest, 3 years ago, I started doing these tote bags because I'm moving from building to building all the time. I'll like work on a shed and then I'll go work on our office building. I'll have to do something in our barn, that or I'll be in the house. Now I'm out at other houses. So I had started using these bins and I got a different color one. You see that? I was trying. And then I kept a specific tool in each bin. Like the problem with the baskets or the bags is it was a bag full of junk. Like all my stuff was in there, but you had to like rifle through the bag every time to try and find everything. I'm not really sure what to do with them yet. I'm sure I'm gonna adjust it somehow. But then we've got like all my electric tools here, nailers, and then down here we get to more like material storage again. Granted, my tool belt, but then we have like paint trays. This is like drywall, sanding stuff. That's bed liner stuff. These are straps. And then we've got electrical and plumbing. PEX stuff down below. We've got the like the longer stuff. These two over here are like plumbing. This is my air nailers. And then there's like detailing and cleaning vehicles and all that stuff. And then moving over here, I have levels and 100-foot tape. I have all my Milwaukee stuff. I don't know if you noticed, but I love Milwaukee tools. Fun fact about me. My dad grew up in Milwaukee, was born and raised there. I was born in Milwaukee, and I grew up with my dad having Milwaukee tools. They were the greatest tools ever. So when I became an adult, I started buying Milwaukee tools as well. So here's all my Milwaukee stuff. Dawn actually got me this bracket, maybe, I don't know, a couple months ago. I think maybe for my birthday, to hang it all up on. I was actually going to build one out of wood, but that works. So then I charge over here, hang everything up over here. It's not perfect yet. So the engine is still here for the Bronco, not finished assembled. The toolbox is closer to being clean. This drawer constantly opens itself up. I close it all the time and it just drifts back open. But so I'm really happy with the garage. It's turned out way better than I initially thought, but I mean, yanking the Bronco out kind of helped with all that. It's going to evolve more because the more I travel from our house to different, like to the house we're moving in, the problem I'm finding now is I will get out there, I will work on something, and then I'll be like, oh, darn it, I have that one tool that I didn't bring with me that's back at the house. So then I have to travel all the way back, grab it, travel all the way back again, and then usually later that same day, I run into the problem again that I forgot a tool. Oh, I'm doing all this with black on my nose. What do you know? Anyway, so I'm considering changing all of this again, maybe leaving this as like home base, but then we have that little enclosed trailer. It's like I think it's like a 6x12. It's a small little enclosed trailer we've had forever. I've considered making some storage inside of there so that I can keep all my carpentry stuff in there. And then when I go over to properties to work on them, all of my tools are with me and I don't have to run back home to get anything because it's all with me. That's a thought I've had, but there's pros and cons to that as well. So when we took the Bronco out and started all this, I realized that I haven't done the greatest job as a father of teaching my children the things that I was taught as a kid. And so I grew up in a manufacturing home. My dad owned a manufacturing company, and he taught me woodworking and how to build stuff and construct stuff and just how things worked. And so then it's second nature for me to just know how to build things because I learned at such a young age how things work. So I realized I haven't done a good job with that. But so what I did was these are all Harbor Freight. So I bought a little bandsaw, a little drill press, and a little disc sander. And I wanted to teach the kids how to make their own little model cars out of wood that actually work, that drive and stuff. So a few months ago we did this, and I've been teaching them, like, first off, safety, like safety glasses, where to keep your hands, not keep your hands, don't talk to somebody when they're running a piece of equipment, all that dad stuff. And so they actually have all done really well with it, and I'm going to show you what we built. So we started off with stuff like this. So I found stuff online, like how to make like a 2D drawing or a model car. So we got Corbin's car. This is actually a 70 Mustang. Pretty sweet, huh? Rolls. This is Gage's car. This is the one he chose. It rolls too. We recessed his fender wells, so it's pretty cool. Gave it some side pipes. Nice, nice. I know. That's my 8-year-old. And then while the kids were building their cars, Dad got bored and I built myself a little hot rod. So this is what I made while they were making theirs. It is a V8 and the stacks are coming out the hood. Maggie also wanted to build one, and so she started and then hasn't finished yet. So she'll probably finish hers sometime. So I'm super proud of them. I'm really happy that they took on to like what I learned to do at their age, actually a lot earlier than their age. But I'm really glad that they like doing it and that they are having fun with it. I know that their skill set will improve and that they'll make crazy stuff by the time they're at my age. I had Dawn come out and we're going to see if I succeeded at her method.
Well, I think this looks incredible compared to where you started.
Dawn hated this building. Like, not...
No,
you did.
I didn't hate it. I just avoided it.
Just all the stuff in it. I
just tried to stay away from it and let you have your own space. So it was fine.
I think this is where you always tell everyone, work on yourself, work on your own stuff, and then, like...
Eventually they'll come around.
Yeah, so how long have you been doing this?
8 years.
And she does this for a living.
What did you think of my system? Did you use it at all?
I
do you even remember? Because it was like 4 months ago.
I did. No, I did actually. So I
blank
rough cut this video earlier today. Yeah. So I did use your method. This is a really smart lady right here.
Thank you. It is like, because it can be like really overwhelming and intimidating. So if you just have steps and you know, like, okay, I'm just going to group like with like, and then it gets you going. And then from there, you're like, okay, I can make these decisions and I can figure it out. I'm actually a very neat person. What normally would have happened in this scenario is I would have just gotten 40% done and just been like, it's too much. It's just too much. I'm walking away. Well, and I think something you've learned, because you're wired in a way where you like really small categories. Like you like all the little organizers with all the little drawers and labeled, and like every little thing has a home. And so that would keep you from organizing, because you're like, if I can't do it perfectly, I'm not doing it at all. And I think you've learned to just like, sometimes you just got to get it into things, and then it's not perfect, but it's way better. I still do like it perfect though. Oh yeah, no, it's still your preference. I still do. For sure, absolutely. Yes. I told everybody that this probably is not a minimalistic garage. Well, it's tough. How do you do minimalism when you run so many projects? Yeah. Do minimalists just not do projects? No, I do. Do they not remodel? I think minimal. Do they not flip houses? I think it's, how I define it is stuff that you're not using. So if you're using all of this stuff, or you think you'll probably use it in the upcoming year, then you keep it. If not, then you let it go. I was actually going to say, these guys are going to be very aware of what I use and don't use, because they saw this start 4 months ago. And so if they have good memories, they will see what has moved and not moved in 4 months. Right. I do think, though, you've gotten way better. Like, you don't keep as much, like, scrap wood and ends of siding and just those little things. Like, you just know yourself now that you don't go and look through the scrap pile to get little pieces, like... Right. Which is funny, though, because I used to not store hardware. And now I have almost this whole thing right here is different fasteners and hardware and fittings. And because, you know, my mother-in-law does our bookkeeping, and she told me how many times I went to Menards last year, and it was not pretty. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing, is just like you figure it out. Like, you learn as you go, right? It's impossible to just organize it once and like, okay, now it's perfect. Like, it's always going to be an adjustment. So you're doing a good job. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking through this. I hope your husband gets on board too. Or wife. Yeah. Bye-bye. Oh, man. Let's put, I think this goes over here. There's somewhere. I'll just toss that for now. And then I'm just going to take this whole bag with me. All right. You don't belong here. You belong here. You belong over here. And you belong 3 to 8. You go right with the other guy. You go here. Oh, he's back. All right, that took longer than it should have. Where did... I know I just set my saw down. I was just in here. Where does the saw at? I know where it is. Where did you come from? Yeah, I put it away for you. I just set all my stuff down here. Did you take my stuff? Yeah, so I put all your stuff away. Oh, really? Yeah. So you know where everything goes here, huh? This is my garage. You did this? Actually, I like to think of this as our garage. You know where everything goes? Yeah. Oh. So actually, you think if I reach in here, that'll be in there? 2-inch finishing nails, and they are 16 gauge. Yeah.
You can check for yourself. Okay, lucky guess. Lucky guess. It wasn't luck. I knew it was there because I put it there. You should do that too. What about down here? What's in that very back container? The very back container back there, if my memory serves right, is galvanized pole barn screws.
Oh, so that's in the very back one?
Yeah, check. Go ahead and check.
So you're telling me that you put all this away for me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if I just come back and everything will be where it should have been and not mixed up?
Yeah, I did. Do you like it?
Thanks, man.